with Susie.
And I'm Trish.
And this is the first one of 2026.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope you had a good holiday. It's been a long time for us. We haven't done a podcast since November. So it's been a while.
December's so busy.
Yeah, it was really crazy. So, but I'm sure we're going to be talking about all that. And we have two cats in front of us here.
At some point, one of them's going to jump into frame. So.
You wanted to talk about what you did over the holidays, and I'm excited to hear your take on this because I've seen it on the internet a lot, Instagram, and there's been controversy over it, so I'm curious.
Controversy over the 13 days of Yule?
Yeah, if it's the same thing that I've been seeing, yes.
Oh my gosh, that's brutal because it's not like it's a new thing. But now it's trending?
Therein lies the controversy.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I follow, I'm so bad with names. She's a Scottish lady. She's
the Glasgow Witch.
The Glasgow Witch. It's her accent. I'm just in love with her accent. But I do really like her. So she had explained it. So I thought that sounded really cool. So it took me a couple days to write down like 13 things.
So was it 13 intentions for the next year?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you can do this anytime.
Yeah.
Like anytime that you want to bring something in or, narrow down something that, is in your highest good and allow spirit to do it with you. And I just, picked that time because the Glasgow Witch said it was a good time to do it. So I did it.
Yeah, it kind of made sense, the 13 days of Yule. To me, it made sense. Mm-hmm. So tell me, what did you do? And
so I got a special little box and I wrote down 13 things on nice little pieces of parchment paper because I like, a little bit of aesthetic thrown in there, right?
Sure.
And so I just put it out to spirit that each night I would put one in our wood stove to burn. And as I went to the stove, I said, this is the wish that is not meant to be the most important one, or something like that. I make things up as I go along, or I say something different every night. But, I put an intention out there. So it's not that I don't need that intention or that wish, and it's not that it's not good for me. It's just there's going to be one left at the end of 12 days that is going to be the one that I need to focus on. So that you put that intention when you're writing them out. So these are all things. And you know what it did, Trish? It made me aware of the ones I wrote down.
Right.
So I'm keeping those in my mind, even though there was one left. And, I can talk about that choice, but all of those things I wrote down were actually things I want to bring in and I want to do and I want to focus on, so that I'll carry that with me through all of 2026, really. Mm-hmm. So it's not that one was better than the other, it's just there was one left.
Right. But you did have the intention of one at the end, like when you kept saying, this isn't necessarily the one, the most important one or whatever. So that's what you said every time you throw one in the fire. Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't throwing it out because I didn't think it was any good. I just was kind of excited to see which one was left, right? So just to give a little backstory, sort of towards the end of 2025, I just had this feeling, and it just kept coming to me, that I was going to have a car accident. Not a bad car accident. I was going to have a car accident because I spoke to my mom on the other side. And I said, Mom, I feel this coming. And if it's for my highest good, if it's inevitable, I don't want my legs to get hurt. I'm really vain about my legs. I use them to swim.
You need them.
You need them, right? And they're beautiful. Anyway, so vain. So that was, what I had put out there, for my mom to protect me because she's always with me in the car. is that was always very important to her. Now, when she was, how old would Mom have been? In her 40s, 50s, she had a super bad car accident. My dad didn't even know how she survived it. And, you know, she was never quite the same after that. Like, it really did a lot of damage, I think, physically and mentally. And she never drove again. So that's the other thing I said. I said, Mom, if I get in this car accident, please, you know, I need to drive. Like, I drive to work. I need to drive. So, I always work with my mom that way. And, you know, I think a lot about everything that, you know, my female ancestors go through. It's always with me. It's always something that I draw upon, that strength. So anyway, the accident wasn't that bad. I'm still here. My car is not. But anyway, so the one that I had left has to do with ancestor work.
Oh, okay.
So it's focusing in on devotion, and that made me feel good, actually. Because I think that they give me a lot of strength, and I want to give something back. Like, I want to venerate. And part of my witchcraft, I don't have a deity really, other than, you know, Hecate. I do some work with, but I'm not like a goddess worshiping. That's not the forefront of my practice. So it just made me feel better to know, you know, I can work with who I know in the background. And the other thing that happened to me was my cousin sent me a tape that my other cousin had interviewed my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt. And this would have been like, I'm so bad with dates. I was probably very young. I don't think I was there. Anyway, so I heard my mother's voice, who's passed on, my grandmother's voice, who's passed on, and my aunt, who's passed on. And I thought these things all, you know, interwove with me, and I thought, yeah, that's a good sign for me. So I'm going to be thinking more about it.
I love the magic of ancestral work. I really do. I think that's such an important part of folk magic and witchcraft. Yeah, that's really interesting. So the ones that you burned before that, are you going to be looking out for any sort of guidance that, or any sort of signs that, oh, you know, you remember that one of the 12 other ones? You know, like, are you sort of specifically looking out for any signs that it's time to focus on this one right now? Or,
you know, I think I'm going to leave that, because you write a list. So, like, you have them written down. Even though you've burned them, you have a master list.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting a numerology reading done at the end of the month by Anne Perry, who is my numerology guru mentor. And so I'm kind of waiting to get some guidance from her, because she'll do like the whole year for you, right? So I think that, you know, I'll listen, and then I'll kind of align that with some of my intentions and see if they match up. So I'm really excited about that reading.
I really, really wanted to do it because I saw her. I follow her on Instagram, and but I was too busy with what felt like mundane stuff that really didn't hold much space for magical practice, or, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't have the time for it. But maybe next year. And then I thought, maybe I'll do it, you know, some other time.
You can do it on a moon cycle.
Yeah, you know, I can do it whenever. But I kind of like the idea of the 13 days of Yule, so I might wait till next year.
Yeah, because really, like, Yule is that time of year when we go introspective, right? When, you know, you're not outside as much, and so, you know, the dark, and you're supposed to spend more time being reflective. And
yeah, and it's like that sort of growing, waxing energy of the sun too, to grow on those intentions.
Mhm.
So to me, it feels like it's the right time to do it.
Yeah.
So I may wait till next
Yeah.
year. Hopefully things will be different next year. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, Trisha's mom came down, and I was really happy to see your mom.
I know. I was glad that you guys got to see each other.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, but it kind of reminds me of when you called me and said, maybe do you want to come see mom, your mom, and I'm glad that I got to see her before she passed away. So, and I thought the same thing when you and Karen came to visit when my mom was there, because I was like, I don't know. I have no idea.
How old is she?
80.
She drove all the way from Maryland?
Virginia.
I don't know. I never get anything right. By herself in the winter. We were just amazed. And she is just as charming as ever. She's so beautiful. You're just, like, she just has that personality, right? Like, she's very charismatic. And it was just so nice to see her.
Yeah.
Have a little chuckle, and she's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, she has very little filters, so
I love that though.
So she can either be entertaining or rude or shocking. Those are her three things.
Well, she must have been on her best behavior when we were there. Maybe she was tired.
Yeah. So,
God love her. But you know what, Trish? I'm gonna cry. I got a chance to tell her that I love her.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I told her, I said, I have really good memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we were young and she was so glamorous and,
Yeah.
it just felt special to be in her presence.
I heard you kind of talking a little bit with her, and I was like, oh, Mom's going to love every second of that conversation. She's going to lap that up into her ego.
I know, because Karen did the same thing.
Did she?
Oh, yeah, she was very complimentary. Yeah, that's funny.
That's good.
Oh, my gosh. But that's what I mean about, that veneration, that honoring.
Mm-hmm.
She's your mom, no matter, what conflicts we have with our parents and, with our siblings or whatever. They're part of that soul family.
Yeah.
And we'll be together again, in whatever form that takes in another lifetime or whatever. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's strange. I mean, it's kind of going a little off topic here, but when she was here, not to get into too many details, but there's a lot of conflict and hurt between my mother and I. And, but the older she gets, the more she's no longer, to me, as powerful as she used to be in my life. So when she was here and I would take her for a walk in our woods, she would hold on to me, and it was so strange to me. It was very strange. Like, I didn't know how to deal with those emotions.
Wow.
I didn't know how to deal with it. But I just kept saying to myself, one day she's not going to be here. One day she's going to be on the other side, and I'm going to want to have that power and energy that she had in her youth to help me on this side, right? So there was a lot of conflicting thoughts in my head when she was here, but you just deal with it.
I know,
right?
Family.
You just deal with it. I was here for 5 days, I think. Drove back home, and then 2 days later we drove to Ontario, and that's an 18-hour drive. And then we were there for 4 nights and then drove back home.
You came home on Christmas Day?
Yeah, we left Ontario Christmas Eve and then stayed in northern New Brunswick Christmas overnight Christmas Eve and left Christmas Day, and it was snowing and pitch black, and the roads were covered in snow. You didn't know where the roads were. So it was sketchy coming home. But as soon as we hit Nova Scotia, the weather completely changed. So it was good. It was daylight by then too. That was my Christmas. It really.
Not a lot of time for magical stuff.
No, I didn't really feel the whole Christmas, the magic of Christmas this year. But when I got back, all I wanted to do was just like not talk to anybody.
You were peopled out.
I was definitely peopled out. So I was done with socializing. But I still had to socialize. I still had to see other people. But anyway, but one of the things, that was a side tangent. But one of the things, when I got back, I was on the internet and I was seeing everybody burning their 13 days or whatever they were doing. You know, most people burned their papers every day. So I would see that on the internet. And then I was on Threads, and there was a post where someone was like, you know, this whole 13 nights of Yule or whatever ritual is like bullshit, and it has no foundation in history. And Yule is actually not on the 21st, it's actually in January, and it's like all this stuff. So a lot of people it was so divided. A lot of people were like loving it, and a lot of people were hating on it. And I just thought, like, I think they're just jealous because, you know, she started this big trend on Instagram, and so many people were doing it, and I just feel like, God, there's so many naysayers and jealousy. It's like, why? You know, like, who cares? Who cares if there's no foundation in history? Is everything that you do in your witchcraft practice based on it being authentic historically?
But everything was word of mouth passed down. There's no guide or Bible or manual or anything.
No.
So I don't know. Like, I couldn't deal with that. That's brutal.
Yeah, I just thought, why are you picking on this for that, with that particular reason? Like, there's so many practices out there that aren't historically founded, but that's what witchcraft is. That's what folk magic is. It evolves,
adapted and reworked, and but the intention is what matters, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I thought it sounded quite powerful and quite magical, and I thought the timing was perfect.
I loved it. I looked forward, you know, and I was so careful not to look at it, you know, and had my special little box, and I'd shake it up and I'd feel around, and put it in the stove, and then I was so excited to see the last one. It was like, and it's like Christmas, like, it's kind of anticlimactic. Well, now it's done, right? But unlike Christmas and all the packaging and garbage and presents you didn't want, this you do need to reflect and still do work with, right? It's not just, oh, I read it and then, you know, put it away. So it's something for me to think about and how I'm going to honor that and move forward with it. And then, like I said, to keep some of the other things in mind, because I thought some of them were pretty good. So
the thing that I wanted to talk about, because I didn't have a lot, like I say, I didn't have a lot of time to do anything elaborate, because we were going away. I just did a couple quick little things, and you know, like, I have such a passion, I guess, or a connection to how spirits land spirits, but house spirits, I just feel houses just have such a spirit. Before we left, like, I was very worried about the cats. We had somebody house sit for us while we were gone for the week, and she had never stayed at our house before, and she had never taken care of the cats like that long overnight. So I was worried about the cats. I was worried about her not knowing how to deal with all the quirks of our old house, the wood stove, you know, the sump pump. And the day we left, we were having that really bad windstorm, but we were driving away from it. But I was really worried because it was like hurricane force winds basically that day. So I was worried she was going to run out of power, and so there was a lot of things that I was worried about. Driving to Ontario in the winter. When we were leaving, I just touched, like, I touched the cats, and I told them, I said, we're going away. We'll be back. You know, Shalene's a good person. You know Shalene. It's been a while since you've seen her, but you know her. You know, she'll take care of you. And then I would touch the wood stove, and I would say, like...
It wasn't hot.
No, it wasn't hot. We didn't light it that morning because we left like at 5 a.m. So I just like touch the wood stove, and I said, behave. You don't catch on fire in the wrong places, and don't give Shalene a hard time. And like, I just would go around and talk to all the worries that I had, you know, like the sump pump and well pump, and, you know, we closed the door. I laid my hands on the house, and I told the house, I said, you know, you be good. Don't cause any problems. We'll be back, and, you know, be strong in these winds that are coming. And, you know, and I touched like a couple of the big trees that are around. I was like, don't, you know, there's big winds coming, don't fall. Stand strong in the winds. And then just before we got in the car, I just did the same thing with the car. It's like, you know, get us there safely, get us home safely. And yeah, so that was a little bit of magic that I did.
That's a wonderful magical working. That's amazing. I love that.
I just believe there's a spirit in everything. So talking to inanimate objects, what a lot of people think are inanimate objects, to me, they have a spirit, you know? Even well pumps have spirits. I don't know. That might sound kind of crazy, but...
And then everything worked out?
Yes.
You didn't have any problems?
Nope. Both our cats, both the cats have medical issues, so she had to give the medication, which was another big worry for me, because our female cat, you got to basically shove the pill down her throat. And so, you know, I was worried that, you know, she was going to have a hard time with her. And but no, everything was fine. I mean, coming home Christmas Day, northern New Brunswick was a bit, we were white knuckling it for the whole length of New Brunswick. But anyway, it worked out.
And you know, it's empowering, isn't it, when you can put your energy into that working and then ask for that help. Like, that's a two-way. Like, when I touch a tree, I say, I give to you and I receive from you. Right? And I can feel that energy exchange right through my hand.
Yeah.
I 100% believe in that. Even if it's an inanimate object.
Yeah.
You're still putting your energy. And, you know, we're powerful beings.
Yeah. The other thing was like, when I was touching the trees and whatever, and because I was so worried about the windstorm, like I didn't touch the wires obviously, but I was like, please don't like lose power. She did lose power, but not long, so that was good. Um, but then I just talked to the land spirits on the property, before getting in the car. I'm going to be away. You take care of the house. And as we were driving, but once we hit another province, in my mind, even though I was in the car, in my mind, I was speaking to the land spirits there. I know I'm a stranger here. I respect and honor you, and I hope that you'll help us get through your space safely. And I kept doing that, like New Brunswick, Quebec, Ontario, and on the way back, because I felt like I needed to introduce myself to the land spirits, to the energy of the local land spirits. I just had this really strong sense that I just needed to introduce us and tell them I'm not a threat and that I honor the land spirits there.
I hope that, the listeners can take something from that and adapt it to, what suits them. Something that I do is I put a protective bubble wrap. I'm probably talked about it before, but I'll do it around my car and around my house, so that when I'm going away, I'm protecting my house, but also, wherever I'm traveling in my car. So it's, whatever feels right to you, whatever works for you. Don't think that you're crazy or that it's, it's the belief.
Yeah.
Your belief is strong, therefore your energy is strong, therefore your power is strong.
Yeah. It just felt honoring, I guess, and not taking it for granted, I guess.
Yeah.
I never take things for granted because I know just how precarious life is, right? So I find myself, constantly aware of how you can't take things for granted.
Well, it took like a split second for me to get in that car accident.
Yeah.
I hit an icy patch. I spun. I did a 360 and then a 180 so that I'm now facing, in the middle of the road, facing oncoming traffic because I was on an exit ramp, right? So now, and you got like a second to react to that because at any moment a car can, and it's around a turn. So they can't see me until they come around the turn. So I had to pull over to the shoulder as quick as I could. And when I got out of my car, because I banged into a guardrail and I bounced off of it. So I pulled over to look at the front of my car because I didn't know if it had sustained damage. And while I was outside my car, that's when it got hit. So I wasn't even in it. So as far as accidents, that was a lot of luck.
Yeah.
Right? That my car didn't get damaged from me.
Yeah.
Get damaged from someone else. But I wasn't hurt, and the poor young man that hit me, he was so upset. He pulled over, thank God, because a lot of people these days keep going. He was beside himself. He hugged me. He was so upset. He needed comfort more than I did. And he just had kind of a dent in his vehicle because he had a big SUV. But he was so upset.
Well,
bless his little heart.
That's good though. So you said it was his fault, or did he hit ice too?
He hit ice too, but when I was off on the side, thank God for dash cam because I wouldn't probably have remembered most of this. I pulled over and a truck came first, and they slowed down and they pulled ahead because they were going to come and check on me.
Right.
So they pulled quite far ahead, and then he was the next vehicle, and he was probably going too fast, but he slid and just slammed into the back end of me, and then he pulled over. So that nice couple, he was a volunteer firefighter. Like, firefighters are special people.
Yeah.
Like, they don't panic, and like they're just such calm people. And he came over to talk to me, and the lady went over to talk to the young boy, And it was sometimes angels just appear, right? And he kept me saying, because I was by myself, I couldn't get a hold of Jamie.
Yeah.
So he talked me down, and the lady talked the young fella down. But yeah, there's, in times of crisis, always look for the helpers, right? There's always something to be grateful for. But it happened in my neighborhood. It's my street. I should have been familiar with it. It was slushy. I didn't know it was going to be icy.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing your palm reading course?
Yeah. I love any kind of divination, really, but like something physical. So it's on your hand. So you read the whole hand, not just the palm, right? So you, skin tone and nails, and then you know what all those lines mean. I have a crap ton of crisscross. That's like a lot of drama in that hand. You will have a car accident at the age of.
I did have someone read it, like, so long ago, and apparently my lifeline is very long.
So this is your lifeline here. It goes around your thumb.
Yeah.
And so when they're nice and deep like that, that's vitality.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you can see it's not broken. You don't have a lot of crisscrossy things. I just started, so it's just my first day, so I'll know more later. But yeah, I think that little triangle there means something too. But yeah, it's a nice deep line. Your headline is nice and deep. Your heart line is nice and deep. So yeah. So it's not like saying you're going to live however many years. It's saying you're going to have like vitality through those years.
Oh yeah.
And then you like your children are in there, and your cheating spouse is in there, and all kinds all kinds of things in there. Because your hand does change. So your non-dominant hand is what you were born with. That doesn't change as much, but your dominant hand really shows all of the changes through your life. So what was read in your 20s would be, there would be different things in there now.
Interesting. I was thinking, since I didn't do the 13 Nights of Yule or whatever it was called, that what I might do, if I get time this weekend, is do a tarot spread for the 12 months of 2026. 12 cards one per month. And I've seen a lot of people on Instagram too that were saying that they would pull the one card for the year, sort of like what's this one card for the year going to be. And so many people say that they pulled the sun.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just suddenly, like I saw this on Threads actually. Somebody's like, I pulled a card and it was the sun, and so many people that I know said that they pulled the sun, and then like so many people commented that other people obviously said I pulled something different, but a lot of people said they pulled the sun.
That is very, very good news. I'm so happy. I thought you were going to say the tower, right? It's like,
yeah, no, the sun.
That's awesome.
So, Susie, you explain what the sun is.
The sun is like the card of optimism. It's depicted as a child riding on a horse, and there's banners, and the child is holding a banner, and the sun is shining, and everything is golden. So it's just that, hopefulness, and the sun is gonna come after the rain, and just that message of that childlike wonder that we can tap into whenever things start to feel heavy. Like, it reminds us to play and to be lighthearted, and I
know
I can't believe it. I rarely get the sun in readings.
I've had it quite a bit last year. Yeah, which is I would have the sun, and there's another, I forget the card. It's all about family.
Oh, the 10 of...
It's a 10 of... that one's just kept coming last year, like in my readings. So,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
look,
10 of
it's-
cups. That's the one I was thinking with the
oh, 10 of
rainbow.
cups. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, 10 of cups. And I would get the sun a lot as well. So
Oh, that's
like,
the sun.
so there was a lot of kind of good things.
That's awesome.
I think I'm going to do that. And what I thought too was on my Instagram, what I did a few months ago was I offered 5 people a free tarot reading of 3 cards. So I would do the reading and I would type it up and send it to them. And I got really good feedback. So I thought this year what I'm going to do my 12-month one, and I would offer one person a free 12-month reading.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, just pay it forward kind of thing.
Nice.
You know what I
love
mean?
that. What was my cards when I did the tarot for bringing out 2025 and bringing in 2026? I posted it up now. I can't remember what the cards were.
Yeah, I watched that in Ontario, so my head wasn't completely focused on it. But yeah, I don't
I'll have to
remember.
go back and That's brutal. You know, I do the Wordle puzzle every day, and as soon as I post it, I'll forget what the word was. And one of my friends, she always posts up hers too, and she's like, what did you have for the 4th letter or whatever? I'll be like, as soon as I post it, I forget what the word was. It's gone out of my head. I can't retain everything.
Only the important stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, like what tarot cards are.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all I had.
Yeah, did you want to talk about crystals? Or you want to wait and do that another time? Because you probably didn't bring any.
No, I didn't bring any crystals. Nah, we'll wait.
Okay.
Yeah, we're maybe, I don't know, next time. Yeah, maybe next time, unless we come up with some other, great topic. But maybe we'll do our favorite crystals like we did our favorite herbs, our top 5 each, and also talk about the ethics of crystals.
Oh, so much controversy. Oh, I know.
Yeah, so, yeah.
And how many is too many?
Well, this could be an interesting topic next time. But it also, I'm hoping we'll get together, maybe early February for Imulk, or
Yeah.
maybe we can do something for that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Well,
super.
Yeah, this is shorter than usual, but
Yes, and I do apologize for talking about my accident so much, but it really does tie into a lot of things for me, and just the fact that I knew it was coming and that I really worked at mitigating the damage from it, even though it did affect me, and it still affects me. It's made me a little bit nervous, but I think it's all part of what I need to work on for 2026. So it happened for a reason.
Yeah, and it ties into my, talking to the car, and, you can't take safety and for granted, because you may do all the right things, but somebody else might not. So.
And if magic can help, tap into that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, use your power.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Yeah.
And as always, we appreciate any comments that you have, and look for Trisha's tarot reading for the 12 months. That will be interesting.
Yeah, I'll just put the offer on my Instagram, so you can go there, Hearth and Hawthorne. So I'll just do a draw if there's more than one person interested. Last time I had quite a few people interested. So if you're interested in going in a draw for a 12 card reading, so it's going to be long, because I tend to over explain everything. I mean, those 3 card readings, I sent people pages.
That's
so
awesome.
so anyway, yeah.
Very nice. Well, thanks for doing that.
All right.
It's awesome. All right, everybody. Till
All
next
right.
time.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.